Hey guys, Asker here from Break Free Trading, and welcome to the second week of July. There's a lot of moving pieces in the financial markets right now, and politics and everything that's happening in the world. So I thought I would give my thoughts on the majority of the markets, what's happening, and where I suspect they will go next. And also, I wanted to touch on the performance of the Neo agent, which has been performing really well since we released this 3.19 model. And we're really happy with these results because we don't have the same problem as in the second generation with the risk that could, override itself. And, if you weren't watching and it used up all the risk, then it could eventually margin call your account. So in the third generation, we're not using this anymore. We don't do any kind of hedging. Instead, we just let the trade loose if it's no good. And this is a much better approach. It's much more stable. It means we can maintain the risk that people set, and it doesn't blow over that in any way. So this is really good. And you can see I've been running this for roughly a month. And this is just on the default settings on low risk with no forced started market. You can always start all your markets. So this is just the default option. And we can see that it has generated roughly $9,000 here across this 22 period of trading days, roughly a month here. And that's really good. But of course, it's not only the profit, it's also like the drawdown. So let's go have a look at the current open positions. And you can see we have current open drawdown of $3,500. It's perfectly fine. And one of these positions that we have is gold. And you can see we were trading this and we've been making tons of money off trading gold. And it's been great, but there came a sudden turn and we got stuck in some positions, and we've been stuck in these positions for roughly 3 weeks now. But as you can see, what happens is that the market naturally finds itself, it solves this sideways, and then it just comes back up. So all you need is patience, right? And this is where all these traders are losing, because they will cut their trade at some point. If they were sitting in this drawdown here, they got bored, or they think they should flip short or something, and they end up making mistakes. While we don't do anything like that. We let the algorithms determine this, and we have those algorithms. For example, on gold, this is just a preview of some of the stuff that's going on inside of our engine, where we are watching all these buying and selling algorithms that come online in the market, and we basically just front running. We're just putting our orders in front of them and providing liquidity in the market like other liquidity providers. So it's not illegal, there's nothing wrong with it, but it is a very competitive field to trade in, but you don't have to worry about it because Neo Agent is doing everything for you. So yeah, performance is good. Everything is looking pretty good. Now we just gotta let it run and be patient. And let me give you my inputs on these markets, right? So overall, what's going on? I'll give you my thoughts, right? So overall, what is going on is that there's inflation taking place, and I don't think this is any surprise. Everyone knows about this at this point. And it's not really that the dollar is going down. It's that it's becoming worth less aggressively. And I don't see any reason to expect that this should change. As you can see what's going on here, it will just continue in the same direction. Of course, there's some technical analysis that's sitting here and drawing like a bull flag here, and this is going to break up. And you can see it's already happening, but we don't do any of that. We don't do any technical analysis anymore because it's all handled by the algorithm. That's much better at this than we are. So yeah, gold, I expect it to continue up. I wouldn't be surprised to see gold at 3,000 sometime, maybe next year, or maybe in 2 years, or could be sooner than that, but I wouldn't be surprised. And again, it's not really about gold. It's really everything that's going up against the US dollars. If you go look at used cars or homes, anything, you can see that actually the cost of these goods are going up and not down, and that's inflation. So yeah, we got it's a nasty position we're in, but that's how it is. Nothing we can do about that. Okay, so I expect gold to keep moving up, and this is not just gold, it's commodities in general. It's everything really that will continue to go up as the US dollar is devalued. When we look at the Japanese markets, you know, it's a pretty unanimous direction they're all heading as well, and it's the same problem they're dealing with in Japan, and they're trying to, you know, they're trying to do all kind of stuff. You can see these huge sell-offs that has been in the past, right? Like, this is how they deal with it. This is the only thing this is the only way they have found to deal with the hyperinflation in Japan as well. They have a huge problem because they are tied in with the US government. They're holding a bunch of treasury bonds, and once they start selling those, it's just going to be, it's not going to be pretty. So we're going to continue trading these markets, and we'll carry the drawdown if it comes, and if it takes out a position, it takes out a position. But until then, it's been extremely profitable to trade all these markets on the Japanese yen. It has been extremely profitable. So there's no reason we shouldn't continue doing it. And you can see it's pretty simple what we do. We just wait for the deviations at the right time. We pick them up and we close them almost immediately after. That's all we do all day. That's the bread and butter. And that's why we're excited about when news comes out, rather than being afraid of it. Because the news is what brings volatility into the market. Volatility is what makes us money. Because we're not manual traders. We make money from the manual traders that react to the market. It's not what we do. We don't participate that way. And this is why this works. It might be slow, but it works. And you can scale it up. And you can increase the risk. So there's plenty of opportunity, but we just want something that works, that you can just set and forget, and it just makes money, and you don't have to worry about exceeding any risk. We can always pump the risk later. Let's have a look at the SPX. It's also interesting. Again, this is stocks against the US dollars, right? And yeah, it's just going up. It keeps making all-time highs. We've been trading this a lot as well. Great results. Lots of profits on SPX and Nasdaq and the Nikkei index. So this is the same story here. It's just the dollar collapsing. Everything trading against is just heading one direction, and you know, we can speculate on why this is happening and so on, but there's no point. This is just the reality. This is the situation. We're dealing with it. We're trading it the best we can, and yeah, it's working really well. Like this kind of environment that we're in right now is really good for us. It's high volatility, low liquidity situation a lot of time, where we can come in and provide and make some money. So metals we already talked about. It's all heading up. Crypto, well, Bitcoin is having a rough time. Bitcoin is having a very, very rough time. This was quite a sell-off. Now, Bitcoin is also trading against the US dollars here, but it's a heavily manipulated market. You can see this thing came all the way down into the one-day band here. That's a very extreme and aggressive deviation. I can tell you, a lot of people got fucked here. A lot of people lost a huge amount of money on this leg down here. It went from 72K all the way down to 54K, right? So is it done? I don't know. I've been a big proponent of Bitcoin since like 2011, and it's not what it used to be. Let's just say that there's other people in control of it now that were the same people we were trying to run away from with Bitcoin. So yeah, it is what it is. All right, then we have we get the cable, GBP/USD, and it's the same thing. They're trading against the USD. They're pretty much all behaving the same way. So yeah, I think that's the most interesting here. There's not much happening on the. I got some trades open on CHF pairs, and it's nothing to be concerned about. We have this CADCHF, and you can see we've been in this the CAD. We've been in this for 2 weeks, 3 weeks as well, and you can see it took quite a deviation, and now it's coming down. So we're just waiting here to break even on this trade. We're not going to make much. We might not even make any profit or just go break even, but it doesn't matter, because in the meanwhile this trade has been going on, we've been making money off all these other markets at the same time. So this is perfectly fine, and it's also fine if it takes the stop loss. It doesn't matter, because as long as you keep running it and allowing it to work these markets, especially during the good times, the high volatility times. Right now is summer, so there's not actually that much going on, and we should expect it to pick up like end of August. That's what I expect. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong, but either way, whatever happens, we prepared for it. The Nero agent is observing 50 markets here at the same time. If there's even like the slightest liquidity moving into it where we have an option to make money from it, we will do it. We pop in, we start trading it automatically. You don't even have to worry about it, and we just provide liquidity. It's basically market making without hedging. And yeah, it works. And you can just imagine, now we found a stable profile. It's been 1 year since we started automating this. Instead of people having to trade manually, we started automating it. It's been 1 year now, and we have arrived at this really good baseline profile that works across all the markets without taking too much risk, without exceeding its risk parameters and everything. So it's really good. So now we know what to focus on, and we can just keep improving and improving and improving. And the same way we've been improving the algorithm, navigator, and everything. But now we can focus on this, and that's a really big deal. So I expect this to get even better. I expect it to be even faster and to trade even more markets. So yeah, thank you for being part of this. I hope my thoughts were helping you out. You know, there's not really so much you need to worry about since you're not trading manually. And if you are, I would suggest you to start trading automatically instead, because it's just, you know, I traded, you know, myself manually 7 years or something like this, right? And you can have a good year, you can have good months, and then you can wake up one day and your wife is leaving you or anything or something, or you know, having a bad situation. Anything can happen, right? And out of the blue, you know, you sit in front of the terminal and you just make a bad decision, and that snowballs into something really bad, and you can lose your whole account. You can lose your entire net worth, right? And it can happen very fast. So that's what we're working against here. This is what we're trying to get people out of, because this casino that allows people to trade online, so on, it's just, you know, it's no good. These people don't stand a chance. We know this. We have the stats. We have seen over 100,000 traders trading account. We've seen the results. We've seen what happened. We have the stats. We know what happens. So this is the only way to make it work for now, at least that I know of. So yeah, I hope this video helped clarify everything from here. And if there's anything you'd like to hear from me, just put it in the navigator chat, and I'll be happy to talk with you there. So yeah, have a great week, everyone, and I'll see you around.